Hey guys, I'm Evan. Welcome to Country View Acres. So the first thing we're going to do today, I've got the livestock trailer hooked up. We're going to load up the ram lambs. We're going to take them over to the sale barn. And then once I get back, we've got 27 hay bales on the field that we need to haul off. So let's get started. So right here are the 5 ram lambs that we're going to be hauling off. So we're going to be selling the rams as feeders. So they'll end up being bought by somebody and raised up at another farm. So right here is the loading chute that leads to the trailer. Problem with the loading chute is that it's closed off from the livestock and it is completely overgrown with weeds. So I'm afraid the sheep aren't going to want to walk through all these weeds because they can't see where they're going. So I'm going to try to stomp them all down, try to make a clear path. All right, that looks a lot better. You can see down the loading chute now. Now I just need to close a few gates. All right, boys, time to load up. Of course, today I go to load them, take them to the sale barn. That one right there now has a little bit of a poopy butt. All right, boys, keep it going. This one's trying to squeeze out the side and he's blocking everybody. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Get in there. Come on, you can make it. All right, good boys. All right, to the back. All right, lambs are all loaded up. Just need to double check everything we can get on our way. All right, got my flashers, got my running lights. So everything looks good, tires look good. I think we're ready to go. I let the cattle over here because they're curious to see where the ram lambs were, and they found their hay. And they have just settled in, eating what's left here. All right, just got home, got the trailer washed out and put away, and I'll end up getting a check probably next week in the mail. And then we'll find out what I ended up getting for the sheep. Now, before we go out and move hay bales, yesterday we had a leak on the small tractor. So let's pull it into the garage and see if we can figure out what's going on. So we can see the leak, or at least we can see the puddle that the leak is making right now. So as I look at this, there was another drip, just saw it. And this is all shiny right through here. And it looks like that fluid is leaking somewhere in this spot. And that is the hydraulic steering cylinder. So we just need to figure out where the leak's coming from. I'm gonna go ahead and take this guard off. Now looking a little closer at this, sure looks like we got fluid around this fitting right here. This is the hydraulic line that comes in from this side. There should be another one on the other side. So I believe this is the problem right there, and then you can see it's all wet coming down here and then dripping on the floor. Well, it's not as tight as I thought. Man, oh man, ain't enough room in there. Ah. There we go. You can't even spin it because it hits the cylinder. I think to get this fitting to spin out, it's a little bit, the diameter is a little bit smaller right here. So if I can get this cylinder, turn it to the right, the steering to the right where that lines up, I might be able to get it out. We usually gotta put it back together so we can turn the wheels. Will it turn? Oh, no, 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 so close. I'm going to take this nut loose on the steering, maybe. So it looks like I'll have to run to the home improvement store, get some bigger wrenches, and we'll come back to this another day and we'll see if we get it fixed. But what I think the problem is, under that fitting, the way that fitting is just loosely threaded in there, I believe it's an O-ring fitting, or there's an O-ring that fits in there and that jam nut tightens against the O-ring. So I think that it's just probably a bad O-ring is all it is, and getting it apart is just gonna be the problem. All right, I've got the hay spears on the back and the front of the tractor. So 27 bales to haul off. That'll be about 14 trips to the front of the property. I'm gonna estimate that's gonna take me about an hour and a half, especially moving cameras around. All right, I just finished up. Got all the hay bales dropped off up here at the front of the property. And that ended up taking me longer than I thought. 2.5 hours to get all these staged up here. And I'm probably not gonna wrap those until I get the hydraulic leak fixed on the other tractor. Now I know I always get comments when I haul these bales up here. Everybody tells me I need to have a trailer to be able to load up the trailer and haul them up here. And you know, eventually that is the plan. You know, after I get a bigger truck, I do plan on getting a deck over trailer, one that's big enough I can haul the excavator on. And a deck over trailer is basically like a flatbed. So then I could use that trailer to load up the bales and then haul them up front. That's the plan right now. It may be a year or two down the road, but that's where we're gonna eventually get. So it's about 3:30 in the afternoon now. I need to do a few of the chores real quick, and then I'm probably gonna run to town and see if I can get those wrenches that I need to fix the tractor. All right, it's time to move. Come on, get up. You guys are getting too fat and lazy. Come on. Come on. There you go. Now I can move. So this batch of chickens we got here, they are enormous. I think we let them go a little too long. So looks like we'll be butchering these guys, or at least starting to butcher them this weekend and get them sent off to freezer camp. So I was planning to leave to go get the big metric wrenches I need to fix the small tractor, but then it hit me that Rebecca was just getting off work. So I texted her, and I'm gonna see if she can go, so I don't have to make a special trip, see if she can stop by Menards and hopefully pick up the wrenches that I need. So the earliest Ellie could have a calf is September 22nd, which is next Monday. So that's the earliest it could happen. The milking machine did show up the other day. I still need to build some type of a stanchium or to set something up for that. Rebecca seems to think we could throw her in the head chute and milk her that way if we had to, but I'd like to build some kind of a stanchium for her. We'll just have to wait and see when she actually gives birth to her calf, because it could happen pretty much anytime over the next couple months. One egg. We should be getting more than one egg. They're laying them somewhere, I just don't know where they are right now. So Rebecca just got home and she got me the wrenches that I need plus a couple extras. So I've got most of the large sizes now of the metric. So let's go ahead and try to get this tractor fixed. Oh, I just can't get no leverage. Okay. Oh man, what did they tighten this up with? Oh, dang, it's on there tight. I think I'm gonna need like a 10-foot cheater bar. Well, I don't think this is working out for me either. All right, I'm taking the tie arms loose. I can't get the nut loose on the hydraulic shaft, so we're on to like plan C. So I took the bolt loose here, I took the tie arm loose. Now I'll have to do the same on the other side, and then once those are both free, I should be able to rotate that hydraulics shaft, and then hopefully I can get that little fitting off of there. So on top's the castle nut, it's got a cotter key through it. Oh, I think she went. All right, she's out now. Now rotate this around. Well, it still does not turn. I think I just need the hydraulic cylinder to go that way a little bit more. So now I've got this hydraulic cylinder in almost all the way. I couldn't do that with the tie rods attached. Oh, it just spins by. Finally, I can get this off of there. Well, it's exactly what I thought it was, is an O-ring fitting. And now I just need to see if I can find an O-ring to replace it. That should fix the leak. So luckily I had the correct O-ring and I got it put back together. So now I just need to put the tie rods back on there and I think we're good to go. All right, tractor's put back together And I guess we're ready to wrap bales tomorrow, get them all put away, and hay season's over. So it's the next day now, and I went out, I hooked up the tractor to the bale wrapper, was gonna start wrapping bales, and then I noticed that I hadn't fixed the roller that goes on the bale wrapper. Last time I used it, I was doing heavy silage bales, and I bent this over. And the welds are broke a little bit. So what I need to do, I need to try to just bend this back and weld it, get it good enough to be a quick fix, get it good enough so I can at least get everything finished up today. Oh, we're getting closer. Now with the donut off, it's just this right there, and we'll just get it welded up, we'll be done. All right, it's all welded up, put back together. So I'll go grab Rebecca, we'll head out there and we'll finish all this up. All the twine's coming off. Okay, you're good. All right, we just finished up. Kind of ran out of room for all these bales. We ended up with 4 up here at the front. And then we've got bales right here, all these ones on the side. We've got these right here, and of course they're going all the way down there. So to wrap all 27 of these bales, it took us about 2.5 hours. And yeah, it's a little time consuming, takes 2 people, takes 2 tractors. So I cannot wait until I finally get a hay barn here in the future. I'm not sure if that'll be next year or when it'll be, but here eventually we're going to build a hay barn basically right where I'm standing, right up here in this location right here. And the way I calculated it up, I can't remember for sure. It was around it was over 100 bales that you could store inside of the barn, maybe like around 130, somewhere in there. So I will really be happy when we finally get
a hay barn here and I won't have to wrap them no more. Take them straight off the field, right into the barn. It'll speed things up quite a bit. So I just walked through here and I got a count. So I have a total of 85 hay bales. Most of those are 4x5 hay bales. And then over here and going down this direction, we have our silage bales, or our haylage, and they're a 4x4 bale. We've got 26 of those. So that is 111 bales for us for now until springtime. Now I know a lot of people are gonna be like, why do you need that many bales? And I kind of think maybe I went overboard myself, but I want to make sure I don't run out. I've got more livestock, at least twice as much livestock as last year. So we're going to go into winter with a total of 20 sheep and 8 cattle. And then Ellie ought to have her calf as well. So we ought to have 1 calf. So that's probably, going into winter, that's probably at least 12,000 pounds of animals. And we're already started feeding some hay now just because we're kind of in a drought. We haven't had any rain. So we'll wait and see exactly how many bales we use. But without prior knowledge of knowing how many, I mean, since I have twice as much livestock, I'm just going heavy this year. And then next year I'll have a better idea of what the true amount of bales is. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I feel comfortable. That's the big thing. The big thing, I may have way too many bales for me, but at least I feel comfortable going into winter. All right, we gotta run out and feed the pigs. Their feeder is pretty much empty. So 300 pounds, that'll fill it up. And I think me and Rebecca, we're gonna treat ourselves tonight. I think we're gonna order some takeout pizza. The only trick is we gotta drive 20 minutes to go get it and drive 20 minutes to come back. But it's nice every once in a while not to have to fix something and have a nice easy meal. But I think that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. So I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you next time. Hello.
They're gonna eat you.
This guy is, man, he's a biggie, big one. Hello. How are you? You got mud in your eyelashes. Hey, hey, don't chew on my pants.
He's filling your feeder.
Hey, stop it. I dropped my knife and I can tell it's been in the pig's mouth.
Yep.
It is like covered in dirt and slobber. It's a knife from the small tractor.
Yep. They'll eat anything.
Or they'll try to eat anything. They got like, what, 3 more weeks or so?
Yeah.
Then they're off to
Freezer camp.
piggy heaven.
But there's like no weeds left out here at all. There's like nothing.
They're getting it all cleaned up, man. It would be worse if it was wet.
Yep.
They'd really have it dug up.
I mean, you couldn't even see through there.